This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
And we begin first at 4 with breaking news in Martin County. Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. The county coroner says a body has been found at Warfield Park. This is along the Tug Fork of the Big Sandy River on the Kentucky-West Virginia state line. Martin County Coroner Chris Todd says the body is that of a 29-year-old man. His family says he's been missing since Tuesday. The body has been taken to a funeral home in Martin County, but the coroner and sheriff's office are still investigating. At this time, we do not know if foul play is involved. Now, we do have a reporter working on this story. He's in Martin County now, and we hope to have more information coming up at 6 and 11. On a much lighter note, the 92nd Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival is taking place in Pineville this weekend. It is a weekend of entertainment, vendors, a pageant, and more. WYMT's Alyssa Williams is there to tell us more about this year's festivities. Alyssa.
This year's Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival is shaping up to be a busy one as people from across the Commonwealth continue to come out to take part.
It's really beautiful. You know, you have people coming from everywhere just to see our little city, you know. Meet a lot of new people, make new traditions. It's great.
Festival goers like Mary Dunn say regardless of your interests, there's something at the festival for everyone.
Yeah, it's got quite a bit to offer, you know, for different ages, you know. People like music, some of them might like to come and check the food out, and kids for sure like rides. You know, we have the carnival, and there's a lot of it going on.
Those in charge of the festivities add that beyond the food, crafts, and the beautiful scenery, the people are what make this tradition so special.
We celebrate the mountains and the people, and this is the best place I know to do it.
Some of the festival goers say that although the festival has evolved over time, they're confident the heart of the tradition here at the Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival will continue for many years to come. In Pineville, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News. Now back to you.
All right, Alyssa, thank you very much. We'll check back in with you tonight at 6. The Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival festivities will continue tonight with the Princess Coronation taking place at 8:30. Followed by a lip sync battle downtown. Last weekend, Crow Tire in Hazard caught fire and burned for hours, destroying the business. The fire started Sunday night, and after crews put out the initial fire, it kept reigniting throughout the day on Monday. James Crow owns the business and says he was out of the country when he got the call.
Finally took a vacation after getting the home fixed back. Second day, boom, you know, it's on, people's calling me, hey, your store's on fire. So I'm a wow, you know, and I couldn't get home. I was stuck out of country for 2 more days.
Crow says the fire was caused by an electrical wire. Coming up at 6, we'll find out what his plans are moving forward.
It's been an absolutely beautiful day here in downtown Pineville. You can see one of our balloons has been lifted by the wind over in front of the camera. How about that? We have had a little bit of a breeze this afternoon. It's felt pretty nice with all the sunshine that we've had. We got a cloud over the sun right now, but otherwise it's been pretty nice. Most of us are dry right now, but as we look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler, we are watching a few of those spotty showers. Even a couple rumbles of thunder out there. Again, most of us are dry, but look down where we are. Parts of Harlan County into, yes, this very county. I'm in Bell County right now, west of Alva, and these are kind of pushing a little bit to the west. A few more as you head down Interstate 75 near Elk Valley and Habersham into portions of Campbell County. Everything here is kind of working its way through, so it's not particularly strong, but you could get a shower or two into the low to mid 70s everywhere at this hour, even a few upper 70s. We're the closest sensor to us down in Middlesboro at 78, 79 out in Jacksboro. If you're headed out for dinner tonight, coming out to the festival, just a straight chance for a shower into the mid 70s this evening. And I think we've got some nice weather on the way, but we also have a few shower chances. I'll be detailing those in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you very much. Well, Americans are hitting the road and catching flights for what is expected to be the busiest weekend of Memorial Day travel since before the pandemic. AAA says more than 42 million people are expected to travel 50 miles or more from home. That is a 7% increase from last year. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, one of the nation's busiest.
The sights of a summer travel season taking off. Jammed freeways and packed airports that could be even busier today.
I'm excited that it feels good to travel again after a few years of staying home.
Annette Richmond got to the Atlanta airport more than 3 hours before her flight, taking no chances with her big Memorial Day European cruise, even adding 3 extra days on the front and end of the trip in case of any travel disruptions.
Delays, mix up with flights, anything with the cruise. Luckily, my travel insurance will help me cover that.
The nation's airlines have been working for a year to get ahead of last summer's staffing issues that snarled flights for millions.
I think it's improved compared to a year ago, but the real test of that will be going into the summer.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is planning new regulations requiring airlines to compensate flyers for some lengthy delays, but is facing criticism for continuing air traffic control problems.
Last summer, you were very hard on the airlines about their staffing issues. A year later, ATC is still having its own staffing issues. Why hasn't that gotten fixed?
Well, look, we're going to own anything that's under our control. We're talking about 5% of the issue, and as long as that's more than 0, then we're going to continue growing the air traffic control workforce.
Tim Lalayam is just trying to take whatever the summer rush brings in stride.
Excited for some of it, dreading some of it, yeah. Airport's never fun, but destination is.
The TSA expects today will be its busiest day at airport checkpoints across the country. AAA is expecting the peak of peak rush hour for people starting their trip to be between 3 and 6 p.m. in most cities across the country. And things are going to stay busy through Wednesday as this 3-day weekend is increasingly becoming a 6-day summer starter. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Chicago.
All right, so we're at that peak time right now. United CEO Scott Kirby tells CBS News that air traffic control challenges are really the #1 concern for him as summer approaches. The Poppy Wall of Honor returns to the National Mall in Washington, D.C. for Memorial Day weekend. The Poppy Wall of Honor this year will feature a special panel to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the United States exit from the Vietnam War. It will also feature a digital panel that will display individual remembrances. Nearly 40,000 visitors have been to the Poppy Wall of Honor since its appearance publicly on the National Mall in 2018. Eyewitness video from one region of Spain shows a driver being swept away by fast-flowing floodwaters. Torrential rains yesterday that followed a prolonged drought turned streets into rivers in towns along Spain's Mediterranean coast. That country had been on track to register the driest spring since records began in 1961. Coming up on First